Today, all eyes are on the Senate. Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja has come under intense questioning over the controversial cooperation agreement he signed with the national government at State House. Senate County Public Investments and Special Funds Committee is demanding answers. Did he follow the Constitution? Was there public participation? Is this partnership or a silent surrender of Nairobi's powers? Among the most vocal critics is Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna, who has challenged the legality of the deal and even threatened legal action. But today, Sakaja is fighting back. In this clip, the governor responds directly to the Senate County Public Investments and Special Funds Committee, defending the agreement, explaining his position, and addressing fears that Nairobi County functions are being handed over. Watch closely. This response could shape the future of Nairobi's governance. Listen to the full clip and let us know in the comment section whether the cooperation agreement is justified.
Not just for county functions, also national functions within the capital. When it says the seat of diplomatic missions in Section 6, diplomacy and foreign service is not a county function. But you see, this is the capital where all of these diplomats are. How do we provide for them? For instance, we're providing water and such amenities at the UN. And now we've done a new line through KTTC, which is now Diplomatic Village. That, the fulcrum is the city, is the capital. All of these foreign countries want to have a sister agreement with Nairobi. You know, how do you domicile those? So let's have clarity that it is not to sit to oversight county functions, but together to look at what have we jointly agreed to do, and is it being done, and how can we do it better, and to bring these concerns. You know, their concerns, security concerns, are very big in the city. And now the normal mwananchi in Nairobi, the way they will not know. I saw another demonstration the day before yesterday on the eastern bypass because vehicles were, I think, submerged, and someone's vehicle was really injured. And if you hear them, they're talking about the governor. That is not even a Kura road, it's a Kenha road. Now the Senate needs to be radical. Because, you know, I have a choice to do two things. One, I can pontificate and say, this is the purity of how the arrangement needs to be. So let me wait for the day you disband Kura and Kera and Kenha for me to have a discussion on roads in Nairobi. Or I can be practical and say, I need these roads done. And if there's a situation where I can get more resources, I've just calculated for you 7 billion, 6 billion, 3.7 billion. If there's a situation where I can get more resources as a governor, as the Senate and National Assembly works on disbanding these agencies, I will go for that money. Because my people don't want to know a lot of English about, they want things done. They want things done. And the city must move. And let me give you an example. Because this is a discussion we had for a long time. And I remember the late Prime Minister saying, actually being very strong, even when MPs were against him, saying Kura and Kera must be disbanded. He even gave somebody a task, a former PS, to do a paper to see which counties can actually absorb those functions. Because not all counties have that capacity. You know, Kura and Kera work throughout the country. Kura is not only in Nairobi. Kura is in Nakuru, Kura is in anywhere with an urban aspect. The ruling that was passed last year on RMLF that was suspended is where the real story is. If you look at the Constitution, it defines only two levels of roads: national roads and county roads. Number two, county roads make up close to 70% of all the roads in the country. Now, every person on a road in Kenya is paying fuel for roads to be maintained. Last year, they collected 119.7 billion. Out of that 119.7 billion, 70% of it that would come to counties would be 83.9 billion. Out of that 83.9 billion, Nairobi would get more than 10 billion.
Point of order, Chair.
Okay. I mean,
point of order. I don't mean to disrupt you, Governor. We are all in agreement with all those things you're saying. We have asked specific questions about the constitutionality and legality of the agreement.
Okay.
In order for us to use our time best, I think you should just answer the specific questions we've raised, because we have been very clear. Kura answers that we want to.
The question on Kura is a specific question.
Just a minute, Chair. Governor, leave Kenha, Kura, to us. That is our fight as a Senate, and we have always fought on your side as a Council of Governors on the question of RLF. We want you to address the specific concerns of the Senate on the legality and constitutionality of this agreement.
Okay.
And then we go toward the
Chair, should I choose whose questions you want and whose not want?
Your Excellency, please, let me tell you.
Because Senator Muma has asked a very specific question.
No, let me ask you one thing. There are several questions the members have asked.
Yeah.
Each one of us here ask a question. And,
I think everyone's question
request
is
you,
important.
In the interest of time, just go one by one.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
This is the last question.
Okay.
Again,
Go ahead.
you're the ones who asked the questions.
Proceed.
So can I answer everyone's question?
Sorry?
Can I answer everyone's question?
Yes. Yeah, you may.
Yeah, thank you.
Please.
So, the IGRTC that gazetted parastatals with county funds, and there are many, including the museum, including some of these libraries, is a process that is so convoluted with a lot of bureaucracy that I choose to be pragmatic as to what I can do today. You know, that person dodging sewage in Madara, he wants a solution today. It's not about Athi water versus Nairobi water. We want to get those solutions today. Number two, Senator Izana, thank you because you appreciate the need to get more resources. Moving from 20B to 80 and above, for me is historic, and it is something that will be seen. You know, these are projects that you will see, they'll be done in the city, and I have to make sure they're done. The Constitution talks about joint committees, Article 189, that there shall be joint committees. Or rather, it says you may set up joint committees. But the Act says you must have an agreement. So it's not a new governance structure. It is a joint committee. It is not a new entity. It's not an NMS. There's no NMS at a Director General, it had directors, it had staff. No staff from Nairobi County is moving to the national government. And no staff is coming from the national government to Nairobi County. There is no provision on HR. The county will continue doing what its functions are. And the national government will continue doing what its functions are. The only thing we are provided for, because we are the capital city, is additional focus allocation, additional allocation of resources, and a coordination on how things are being run. A coordination, you know, within the capital city. I'll answer the question on public participation, you know, fully, because everyone has asked that. Before I get there, Senator Chute uses the SA example and says many things. What is needed in our agreement is not what is in South Africa. It is what is in Section 6. Section 6 says the agreement may include and lists. These are a good example on what SA has done. In fact, SA is one of the countries with a similar structure of fiscal decentralization as we do. But if you ask the mayor of Cape Town, Jordan Hill Lewis, he will tell you that on top of what he's able to raise, there is actually additional support to Cape Town and to Pretoria that comes either through that structure or as a direct allocation. Now, the issue of conditional grants, if you look at the quantum of the kind of resources we're getting, conditional grants would be a good way to do it. I do not dispute that. But the appropriation at the National Assembly for specific capital city is really what I'm pushing for. Conditional grants can be additional. And a lot of the conditional grants, just look at what you've passed the last 3 years, are donor projects. Maybe apart from KIPES, which also has a donor component to it. It is being supported by the World Bank. Yeah. So it's up to you as the Senate. You know, that is your role. Remember, I'm also here defending an arrangement that is not just county. It's county and national. If there's a way you can refine it, let's refine it. So long as the end being additional allocation to the county because of its stature as a capital city, resolving some of these service delivery challenges, that no matter who is running this place, if you don't sort out the fiscal arrangement of the city, you saw NMS came, and this is very different. I'll come to your question, Chair. It's very different, but they came, wowed people for 2 years and left 16 billion pending bills, not paid. Was it effective? Was the county left better? No. So the issue really is the resources. Part of what you're assisting us with includes the regulations under the National Rating Act. That will unlock billions for the city. The regulations are to be passed by the Cabinet Secretary. The regulations I have now a platform where I can follow up. Where are we with these regulations? And we have to report on it. I am with the PS of lands there. I'm on another platform with the CS. I can push it. Otherwise, it's a discussion that comes up when you meet or you write a letter that is ignored. For the capital, it's great that I will be able to chair that session or be in another session where these things can be minuted and can be reported back on. That yes, we've done the regulations. Here is the regulations on sectional property law, which I also require from yourselves, because we must make it mandatory for people to move. If we do that, we'll get another 60-70 billion. On the question on Silo, yes, we wrote to the ministry.